Hey everyone, it's Mike the Star Turtle. Tonight I'll be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 5, Kill the Boy. I'm finally remembering to actually say it this time. There will be spoilers. So if you haven't actually watched the episode, unless you don't care about spoilers, stop watching. And come back after you've seen the episode. Or actually, real quick, I wanted to mention, this is the first episode, actually no, this is like the first episode of this season, which we did not actually get to see any of King's Landing. In fact, there really haven't been that many other, in fact, I remember there's an episode last season, Watchers on the Wall, where it was all at the wall, and I think there was the first few episodes of the first season, when they were traveling to King's Landing. I'm pretty sure those are the only. We could be wrong. But I think those are the only 3 episodes in the entire. These are the only 4 episodes in the entire series where we don't get to see anything at King's Landing. Like that's actually interesting. But I wanted to mention real quick what happened in the last episode when Grandmaster Maester Pycelle, let's call him Pycelle, General Veers from Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back, Donovan from The Last Crusade. Right when Cersei sent Marjorie's grandfather pretty much to die because she sent Meryn Trant with him. And Pycelle just says, "Yeah, the small council gets smaller and smaller." And I love how I wasn't even just really disguising his voice because, like, I don't know if you guys everyone knows, but there's actually the lead scene. It's on YouTube. If you haven't actually seen it, go watch it. Just type in season 3 lead scene, Tywin and Pycelle from like early on in the season 3 that was cut. Unfortunately, where Pycelle pretty much reveals that that whole senile old man thing is just an act. He's still pretty sharp, and he may not be quite as shifty as Varys or Littlefinger, but he knows what's up, and he's pretty much got an opportunity to backstab Cersei right now, but he's still staying with her, which makes me wonder. I think he unlike Marjorie, he knows that Cersei went back. I mean, we've seen her do some pretty cruel things when her power's been threatened, but like we never seen what she'll do when she's backed into a corner, and she's edging closer and closer to that corner right now. So I think Pycelle is smart enough to know not to betray her until he's sure she's out of the game. So I give him credit for that. But I'm still anxious to see how all that starts out. But yeah, anyway, back to this actual episode that was from last week. So Sir Barristan Selmy is in fact dead. Sir Barristan Selmy, damn it. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. I'm not mispronouncing everything. Barristan, yeah. Barristan the Bold, they called him. Yeah, I still felt like they could have done more with this character. It's kind of like Ross and a couple other people were. It looks like they're going to play a bigger role than they end up playing, and then they just get killed. Although, like I said, it was still cool to see him go out like a badass. Well, you can say for most characters still. And Grey Worm is in fact alive, if wounded, and not sure if he'll be recovered in time for the final battle of the season. If there is one, I think there probably still will be. But we'll see, and don't really care too much about the romance between him and Melisandre. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know. It's not that I don't care. Okay, it's not that I don't really that care. It's just that I care about everything else more. How about that? To say the nicest way I can say it. But speaking of Meereen, Daenerys had a pretty dark moment this episode. One of the darkest moments she's had in a while. Like just almost like feeding one of the old slave masters, the old powerful family heirs, whatever they are, to her dragons, and now just get torched alive. Then it looked like he didn't. Looks like he didn't quite suffer as long as he could have. The fire seemed to end because I think they took his head off pretty quickly too after they burnt. And they just split him in half, and that was disgusting, yet admittedly awesome. And yeah, and then she really just like, I'm not entirely sure if that was an actor, or if she really is starting to become more like her father. But we do see her later kind of conflicted later, so maybe she was acting. We'll see. But it was definitely the darkest moment we've seen in a while for her. And then she decides to marry with one of the young, obviously the youngest, best looking of the old masters, and then she's gonna reopen the fighting pits because I already knew that was gonna happen. So she had to do something. You had to, even when you get absolute power, sometimes you still need to compromise. So, and I think that will probably lead into our big set piece of the season if the trailers have anything to go by. Anyway, back at the wall. Jon Snow is finally doing the smart thing. Unless some might argue how well, yeah, it is a smart thing, but it's gonna stirs up some shit though. Trying to make peace with the wildlings and like joining forces with them to help defend the wall from the White Walkers, which we're not going to see this season. I mean, we're finally getting attention to the White Walkers again for the first time in a while, but okay, hopefully we'll see. I hope we'll at least get a skirmish with a scouting party, especially now that Jon is going farther north to meet up with the rest of the wildling army. And that will be that might be a pretty decent set piece. I think I see a few images of that from the trailer, so that'll be cool. And he's going with what's his name? The big redhead bearded guy. I don't remember. Torvald. Maybe no. I don't know if that's maybe that is his name. I don't remember if it is his name or not, but he's pretty much the de facto leader now that Mance is gone. And this is the first time we see him too, or any wildling since the first episode. The end of the first episode, I'm sure there was probably a scene with him react, or maybe with him talking to other wildlings or something, reacting to Mance's death that they probably cut for time. I almost guarantee you this we're gonna see a lead scene somewhere because I can't. There's no way they could have at least wrote one or two scenes of him before now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll see a delete scene. But anyway, Stannis looks like he's finally recognizing the Wall Walker threat too. But he's got his own priorities right now. He's to take the North from Roose Bolton and then the Iron Throne. I wonder if we're actually going to see. We haven't actually seen anything from the trailer. Mostly every set piece is at least hinted at in the trailer, unfortunately. So I don't think we're going to get to see much of a battle between him and the Bolton army. But they'll probably say that for next season. In fact, this might even be the last time we even see him until next season. We'll see. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, he's going to take the North, and the actual real winner, not the White Walkers, is coming too. So even if he manages to beat the Boltons, how's it? I doubt if we'll be able to make it all the way to King's Landing before the winter gets bad. So it'll be a long time, probably, if ever, before he ever gets a chance to help Snow the wall. Even if you want, you can tell he probably intends to at some point. But I don't know. I don't know about this season. I'm starting to think he may end up getting killed. I could be wrong, but we'll see. It won't be this season, but I don't think he's got to lose badly again. Back at Winterfell now, Sansa sees Theon, good old Theon again, and he gets introduced to Ramsay's equally creepy lover. She's really fucking skinny. I'm kind of grossed out a little bit, but Ramsay, and she's almost as sadistic as he is, obviously, or else how else could they work? But she's jealous of Sansa, and she sets up the whole meeting between her and Theon, or Reek as he's called now, and then Ramsay just exploits it, just has her show up to that little dinner, breakfast, whatever it is. She's meeting him, Roose, and his much far younger but not really very attractive wife, who is pregnant with what probably will be a son. And although then we get a touching, from at least their perspective, moment between Ramsay and Bruce, and pretty much Bruce says, "Yeah, I raped your mother after I hanged your husband right underneath his hanging corpse." And when she came back, he claimed it was his kid. He almost threw the kid into the river, but then realized it was his son. And he doesn't care about Ramsay, though he probably did whip his mother after she came. Who knows? But she never talked about it again after that. So yeah, so Bruce is just as horrible a person as Thrym. Maybe not quite as horrible, but he's still a horrible piece of shit. They're all. Makes me wonder how the hell the Starks tolerated them for so long. But I guess they had a pretty big army. And yep, but I think I think his position in power is going to be safe for a while. I don't see Stannis succeeding anytime soon. Again, I'm not sure what's going to happen for sure, but there's already too many other things going on this season. I don't think we're going to see much more progress between those two. But although you get to see Brienne is in a more position to help Sansa, I have a feeling things are going to end up going really bad, and Sansa may be forced to get out of there and go with Brienne despite her misgivings, because I don't think it's going to, especially since she looks like she was finally being smarter, but now she's kind of starting to be a little bit more honest, especially around the Boltons, and that's not good. They're gonna know something's up. And Littlefinger's gone. Who knows when we'll see him again? So we'll see what happens. But Theon, all right. So Reek, Theon, whatever you want to call him, he's not. There's still little hints that he's not entirely a full-on drone. Like he still remembers certain things. Usually, especially when he's alone, when he's not with Ramsay. But for now, at least, he's definitely under Ramsay's control. And I'm trying to think of anything else. No, I think that's it. So finally we get to we cut to Tyrion. From there, I thought it was going to be the only episode, the first episode of the season with no Tyrion either. But we get to see him and Jorah on the little sailboat traveling through Old Valyria. Since I guess there was no way to sail around it, at least not without taking a lot more time. And yeah, I thought I was under the impression from what I'd heard that they don't even remember where Old Valyria even really was. I thought it was just nothing. It was actually a lot more intact than I thought it would be. I thought it was like totally ruined, total ruin. But it's still like pretty intact. And I'm sorry, they said that nobody knows how to build things like that again. But although I don't really see how those buildings don't look that much more advanced than the buildings we've seen in Westeros. I'm sorry. I mean, compared to the pyramids in Slaver's Bay, I mean, come on, those look way cooler than some of those stone towers in Valyria. But anyway, that really cool scene with Jorah and Tyrion both recalling that poem, and then Drogon with the dragon just flies overhead, and Tyrion finally realizes, yeah, dragons actually are real, and Jorah's actually. At first, it's kind of like, yeah, oh, wait. Is he gonna attack us? Like, no, he's gone. He's good. Even Jorah was nervous for a second. And then, the freaking stone men, which at first I thought, wait, are there fucking demons? Are those fucking whites? Those the dead zombies? What the hell are they doing over here? No, they're actually people with grayscales. The same thing that Stannis' daughter is affected with, though much worse. And they all attack him. They're pretty much all but rabid humans now. And they touch Jorah, and Jorah seems to be infected now. But like Tyrion was saying, yeah, they pretty much just all they all take the guy. They'll take the people affected with the grayscale over there. I don't understand why they don't I was with Tyrion. Why the hell didn't they just kill him? So like, who the hell transports them over there? I mean, I know they had leper boats in the old days, but at least lepers weren't full on rabid. Were they not rabid? Like, how the hell did they was it really worth the effort to transfer them all the way out there? Like, why not? Like, seriously, just had them and burned them. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not entirely sure. Like, apparently they lost their boat, so I'm not entirely sure how the hell Jorah was able. I guess he was able to swim with Tyrion all the way those what appeared to be miles from Marine to the next shoreline over. Sorry, I mean from Valyria to the next shoreline. I keep confusing it with Marine. I'm sorry. But yeah. And Jorah's infected, so yeah, I still think he's going to be dead by the end of the season. We'll see. Also, I hope not, but I have a feeling Tyrion's going to get separated from Jorah, and he probably won't meet Daenerys for a while. I mean, I hope not, but that's probably what's going to happen. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I have to say, despite the fact this season is a lot slower paced than the last season, I actually am surprisingly into it. This has been a solid first half of the season, even if nothing too big has happened, obviously, but obviously it's gonna hopefully some big things are gonna happen at the end of this season. Yeah, I'm still not sure what's gonna happen, but I don't. Like I said, there's probably gonna be a big battle at the fighting pits. Could be still the Sons of Arby are still out there, and I have a feeling that there might be a decent little. Hopefully not, but there might be a battle with hopefully we get a White Walker scout party at the very least over I forget the place beyond the wall that they're going to meet the wildling people at, but these next 5 episodes appear to be pretty promising as far as plot goes, so we'll see what happens. Alright, if you guys like my channel, if you like my race review, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos, and signing off. Take care.